Alright, so ask and you shall receive. So I know this isn't my normal type of content, but a bunch of you guys actually asked me to go ahead and try and react to this fan fiction. It's called the HATFIC, and let's just get right into it. Alright, so the HATFIC. Hey Dan, can we get a hamster? I always wanted one, but my roommate never thought that we would look after it. Phil, we've talked about this. You know you wouldn't look after it properly. You can hardly look after yourself, he reported. It wasn't really in an angry way, but he never even took into account that I was older than him and I lived by myself before him, so getting a hamster wouldn't be that bad. I decided not to argue. Dan was stubborn and wouldn't change his mind. I was going into town later on anyway, so I needed to get changed. I put on my usual pair of skinny jeans and the top on. I finished getting a few pieces of food that Dan and I needed and was heading back to the bus when I walked past the pet shop. I couldn't resist, but walking in, I saw a cage with a small, fluffy, black and white hamster in the corner. I looked at the price. 10 euros. It was too small and cute to say no to. So I bought it and a cage. I walked out just as my bus arrived. I paid my fare and hopped on. I couldn't stop smiling. My hamster was one of the best things I've ever done. Or so that's what I thought. Ooh, what was this hamster, huh? Crazy hamster. I got home and shouted to Dan, Dad! No, I'm crazy. Come and see what I bought. Come and see what I bought. He bounced into the hallway of the front door. What's up? I raised the cage with a furry ball curled up in the corner again. The expression on his face changed from a sweet and innocent smile to sick and twisted one, with an evil glint in his eye. I love it. I was completely wrong about saying no to getting one. He sounded genuine, but there was something about the way he said it that made me feel uneasy. Oh, so what's it called? Dan asked. Can we call him Striker, please? I've always loved that name. I don't really know why. Sure. His reply was cold and harsh. What was wrong with him? I shrugged it off and went into my room. It was only about 9 o'clock, but I was tired and felt a bit ill. I put my PJ bottoms on and slipped into bed. I woke up during the night, my body freezing, cold, and I was unable to move. I opened my eyes and they were wide with shock. 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 I looked down and I was naked. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I looked down and I was naked with ropes tying me to a chair. And in the corner was a sinister looking Dan. Damn, Dan. That was, that was also. Oh, he was naked too. That was also naked. Oh! Morning, Sleeping Beauty. I was wondering how cold the room had to be for you to wake up. His voice sounded so fluffy and innocent, but the words coming out weren't. He was only wearing a fluffy brown hat. He pulled it off to reveal a small black creature sitting in it. Striker. What the fuck was he doing? What the fuck? I don't normally swear. But you know, yeah. What the fuck? Alright. He was only wearing his favorite creature. I don't normally swear, but this situation was so confusing and I was terrified. Mali pa spelling ng terrified. What was Dan going to be? Bro, they're both naked right now. Dan? What are you doing? Why am I tied up? Why? Why am I tied up? What? I stopped when he moved towards me. Damn, sheesh. His expression changed from being happy, like when I woke up, to murderous. Don't be scared, Phil. We're going to have some fun with Striker. What the fuck are you gonna do with Striker? He cackled menacingly and showed off his erect member. Making mine to rise. What the fuck? Alright, guys, making mine to rise. That's fucking crazy. What? What? Nah, what? He put the hat down. Striker still sitting there and faced it with his length. The perfect height to aim into it. Dad, what are you doing? Please stop. He stormed over to me and gave me a rough kiss. Ah! I wonder what they look like. Everything will be okay. I promise. No, that wasn't hot at all though. I think that's Dan would say it like this. Everything will be okay. I promise. Dan grabbed a gag from behind me and put it over my mouth. Ah. He walked back over to the hat and began to stoke, looking over to me as he did so. After a short time, his seed exploded into the hat. But he didn't stop there. He kept going until the hat was filled up to the top. The white liquid was nearly spilling over to the top, and my poor hamster was barely able to breathe. Ah, what the? It was doggy paddling in the calm. What the fuck? Ugh, this is fucked up, bro. The fuck, Bianca? Dan grabbed the hamster's head and pushed it down to his own sperm. That's so fucked up. After 5 minutes of his sick games, he pulled it back up. Dead. Oh, he snapped. Oh no. Striker. He snapped the hamster's head off, the neck bone shattering and making me mumble that was supposed to be a scream. Tears flowed down my face and squeezed the blood of Striker into the hat. He looked over at me. He was sick and twisted, but also kind of sexy. What the fuck, Phil? Wow. He picked up the hat and moved towards me, and with one hand undid the gag. Open wide, he said in a sarcastic tone. I did as I was told. I didn't know what else was hiding behind me. He began to pour the sperm and hamster blood next into my mouth. Where do you find these things, bro? This is fucked up. I didn't know what else was only for me to realize that he had put my poor Striker back in their head and body. The fluid tasted disgusting, partly because it had gone cold, but also because I knew that it was my hamster's blood I was drinking. He pulled back halfway through, not that I'm complaining, and said, "Good little Phil, do I taste nice? Yeah." My eyes widened. What do I say? I was about to open my mouth when he slapped me. "Speak, bitch!" No, I don't think that's how he did it though. I think he would have gone like, "Speak, bitch." No, that's too thug. Speak, bitch. No, fuck. Speak, bitch. Yeah, I get it. Speak, bitch. Wanted to raise my hand. What? Wanted to raise my hand to my face. My cold face stung when his hot, sticky hand touched it. "You taste amazing, Dan." I managed to choke out. "Yeah, I do. Time for more fun." What the fuck? There's more fun? I didn't like where this was going. He pulled the black body that was coated in white from the hat down, rammed it down my throat, causing my gag reflex to kick in, and I vomited all down myself. Dan smirked this and got on his knees. He began to lick all over me. His soft tongue was gliding all over me until it found its way to my throbbing erection. What the fuck? Where am I? He started at the tip and worked his way all the way down. Deep throating me, it felt so nice. Most people couldn't do this, but it didn't last long. He looked up to me, his innocent brown eyes making me melt. "Promise you won't run?" He sounded so sorry, so I nodded. He got up and untied me. He grabbed me by the shoulders. I'm going to lie on the floor. You're going to pour the rest of the hat on me, then lick it off, okay? He growled. Sweet, loving Dan was gone then. I quickly nodded, and he got on the floor. I grabbed the hat and poured it on him, just as he commanded. I began to lick it off of him. The mixture wasn't as bad as last time. I think it's because I'm not having it forced down my throat. Suck me off, Phil. It sounded so weird. Yet again, I did as I was told. I wasn't as good as him. I could only fit half of him in my mouth before I felt sick. I was going for what seemed like forever, but he pushed my head away. You've done well, but there's one last thing I need you to do. He pulled out the hamster's head from the pile of leftover. Yeah, say, tama. When you say stop, I will, but only if I think you've done a good enough job. Damn. I started to shake and tremble. Dan put his arm around me. It's okay, it won't be that bad. He hushed me. He was so much nicer again. Are you ready? Are you ready? He asked me. A sense of impatience groaning in his tone. Yes, Dan. I stuttered out, and he quickly rolled me onto my front. His hand placed on the top of my back, pinning me down. The hamster's head in his other hand, and nearing my rectum. What? I thought, what? 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 I know where this is going. He rammed it in with no hesitation, and a burning sensation spread out me. For the rest of it, he used his... I said, reading a fan fiction. It's so bad.
Are you talking to someone? You're talking to someone?
No.
I have to check from the board.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm sorry. So, my my sister walked in on me reading fucking fanfic. Fanfic without you, the HATFIC, sorry. Goddamn. Alright. Yeah, she had to check something. Alright, so I know where this is going. He rammed it in with no hesitation, and a burning sensation spread throughout me. For the rest of it, he used his manhood to push it in. I wanted to say stop, but he wouldn't. I know it. Finally, it got too much, and I screamed out, "Stop!" I looked back at Dan, who just grinned. Come on, Phil. I know you can do better than that. What? This is with like a hamster head in it, right? He forcefully went in further. Not quite all the way, though. Dan, please, I'm begging you to stop. It's so sore. I pleaded. The burning sensation turning into a stabbing feeling. Dan stroked my hair and gently pulled out of me the hamster's head was still inside me. It felt horrible knowing that I had a dead animal's head sitting inside my intestines. Dan put his hand inside me, and he went deep. What the fuck, bro? I cried out in pain. I felt like exploding. He finally showed me his hand with the head in it. I wish the torture was over, but I knew Dan would have other plans. But this time he didn't, and just wrapped his arm around my hips. Let's go to bed, Dan said, pulling me up as he said so. I leaned in for a kiss, and so did he. We walked down into my room, and when we got in, he pushed me onto the bed. I thought he was going to want sex, but he was so caring and just spooned me until we fell asleep. I woke up to find Dan with the hamster's body and head in his mouth, chewing violently, bones snapping and crunching under his teeth. Oh, poor Striker. He had blood dripping from his chin. He crawled over to me, and I licked it all for him. What the fuck? He grinned as though I read his thoughts, and he finished eating. And every month we buy a hamster. 10 out of 10. I loved it. I loved all of it. No, I didn't. What the fuck? Damn, Bianca. Damn, girl. Damn. What the fuck?